This is Voruna, and we are going to attempt to make her more powerful. Now we are going to do this, of course, with the help of our good old buddy Helmet. There will be a video I did about how to unlock the helmet system if you want to unlock the helmet system. And the ability we need is Yareli's Aqua Blades. Yes, Yareli's Aqua Blades. And go ahead and replace Voruna's 2 with the Aqua Blades. If you're interested so far, or you like the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And as you can see from here, we successfully replaced her 2 with Aqua Blades. In case you guys are wondering why we replaced her 2 with Aqua Blades, it's because while she doesn't have the passive anymore, Aqua Blade do slash damage, which is actually very good for her 4, which is what this whole thing is built around. And then her 1 is semi-important because of the fact that the critical multiplier is good in her 1 to increase that. But let's get into the full build. Now this build is still to keep it kind of even. If you really want to, you could try to slot in with it called Blind Rage for even more ability strength. But that will put your efficiency down the drain. The things worth noting here is Naira's Heart and this. This is an ability that, or rather an augment for an ability that makes it so enemies that die from bleed within 20 meters restore Voruna charges for her 4. Now, Aqua Blades do slash damage, and slash damage applies the bleed proc. So that actually worked out pretty well with that. Equilibrium, because of the fact that her 3, however we kill the enemy, we will actually have a percentage to get whichever orb. It doesn't really matter because equilibrium, and we can pick up health orbs that are on the ground even if our health is full. Now I have Peculiar Bloom here just because I like Peculiar Bloom quite a bit. Critical hits cause flower to grow from the wound. I think that's pretty cool. But if you really want to form her again, you could probably slot in a few things. It's really your choice. You could slot in quite a few things if you wanted to form her again. I chose not to, so yeah. What you're seeing on screen right now actually is gameplay from Voruna. The downside of this build, I'm going to tell you guys the downside right now so you don't wonder about what the downside is. The downside is, first of all, Nullifier Bubble is not your friend. If you see a Nullifier Bubble, you can run head first into it if you want, but note that all your abilities will be turned off. So I recommend, if you're going to dive into a Nullifier head first, that you have an actual half-decent melee weapon that you can use to quickly kill the nullifier so you can get back to business. And the second downside of this build is that you'll have to micromanage quite a bit with this build. Thanks to it having an okay amount of duration, you don't have to micromanage too much, but you'll have to cast her abilities quite a bit. So Shroud is for the extra critical boost, but you don't have to use it all the time if you don't feel you need to. But with that said, you'll always want to have her 3 on. That way you're always having energy. Her 2, which we replaced with Aqua Blade, so her 2 is Aqua Blades now. You cannot cast Aqua Blades while in her 4. So that's a little bit annoying. You'll have to undo her 4 because you can go out of her 4 by pressing 4 again at any time. And she will go out of her 4, so you gotta go out of her 4 to recast Aqua Blades whenever they run out. But you can cast her 1 and 3 while in her 4, so you don't gotta worry about that. To the most optimal order of casting would probably be 3, 1, 2, then 4. Alternatively, you can cast 1 first, and then 3, and then 2. 1, 2, and 3 can really be cast in any order, honestly. It's 4 that has to be cast before, or rather after 2, okay? Because Aqua Blades cannot be cast while in 4. So you gotta cast 2, then you can cast 4 right away if you want, then 3, then 1. There's a number of options you can choose, but it does have to be 4 being after 2. And you actually have to pay attention to the durations as well, which is kind of annoying. It's like a double micromanage thing. It's something that I'm still getting used to, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because I don't tend to run a lot of frames or even play a lot of games where you have to micromanage. Oddly enough, the closest game I played where you had to micromanage stuff like that probably was Star Wars The Old Republic and maybe Wayfinder. I recently played Wayfinder. Feel free to check that gameplay out. Fair warning, it's on my other channel and it is pretty long gameplay, okay? So yeah, keep that in mind. But with that said, I think I am going to end it here. Hopefully you guys found its build at least interesting. I don't think it's like the most optimal build by any means, but I did have a good amount of fun playing it. And basically it's one of the things that as long as you remember to be casting your 3 and you're not in a room full of nullifier bubbles, you should be good to go. But like I said, bring at least a good melee as a quick backup, because this build is completely ability reliant 100%. So you're kind of screwed with a nullifier bubble. But yeah, hopefully this build is good to you. Let me know comment section below if you decide to test it out. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.